We went back out here looking a little bit. The water looks pretty good, but the last I did real good. I was in deep water, and it's where a barge moored in deep water. It didn't pull up as far, and I found another barge pile out in waist deep, chest deep water. But right back here in that gravel I was showing you, I found breaking points here the other day laying out. It will be a place that I need to sift. I probably should try to sift some of it today. But I'm just going to do some surface hunting since the water's right, and just kind of look around for a while, and then we'll settle in sifting. I'll get back when I find something. See, this looks pretty decent. I load the whole screen underwater and gently put it off, because you see some of the barbs on them points and stuff. I'm extremely careful. You know, this is a slow process in deep water. But, you know, people ask, can you use the probe? Well, I've thought about it. Pushing that down into it, I can't really explain it, I don't think. You've just got to come out and push it down in. You're feeling for the base, because there's nothing under the base. And you got to take a lot of test screens before you realize what's going on. And you'll figure it out. If you're finding arrowheads on a place and you're using a probe in deep water and you practice pushing it in, and where you think you hit the bottom, you got to do that yourself. I can't. You know, you got to get out and be hands-on with it and do the screens. And every place is different. Every river is different. You know, there's places on the Ohio that stuff's going to settle different. There's different stuff in the bank, different gravels, and, you know, it's laying somewhere else. You got to think about all that stuff. Test screens is the key, and flakes and fired rock. See, that mussel's in that. Getting lots of these on this shoreline. That's good. Clean water. Throwing back in. Way out in gravels here today, sifting. And look there, that little white thing's a sharpened down point. It's got a tip too, I'll show you. Yeah, that's a snow white Chert little complete point. It's just sharpened all down. It looks like a Burton. It's really exhausted, but that's cool, that's nice. Yeah, there's that little point. It's pretty nice. It's just an odd thing. It's real cool because it's kind of cool material, and it's all sharpened down. Look, little inclusion in there. It's an odd little thing, huh? See, here's that first little point. See, it's got translucency to it. It's pretty nice material. An odd thing that kind of probably uses a little knife, maybe. Explain this to you unless you just master the probe yourself. Like right now, I'm in a dip in the base clay, and I wouldn't have known that dip in the base clay was here unless I had my probe. And I felt the gravel on it with the probe, feeling with it going down, and then I felt the bigger pieces of fire rock, big chunks. So I dug down to it. Hear it? I'm right in the gravel layer, and I just got that point, and it's got flake, little nice high quality flakes down in it. And you have to use the probe and just think about it and take test screens. That's all I can tell you. So, because this is deep underwater, I'm not going to be able to show you anything. It's down there. Kind of nice and clear the water is. That's why there's mussels here. They're cleaning up the Ohio. You can see the bottom, and I'm in over waist deep water here. See, right there's my sifter. I'm sifting clear out here. Yeah, you see that weird stone with a hook in it? That's another blown up nutting stone. Look at that. Well, see that? See that circle? You can tell that's something, but it's a nutting stone that's popped apart. And see, I find all kinds of damage when, see, there's more. There's another one that's popped off. I brought it to see if I could fit it together, but it's none of the. That's crazy. Look how big that hole would have been. And see, that's what these are. There's one in my flower bed with a real deep hole in it. And see, there's other ones. See, they're everywhere. There's a huge one. See, there's a good example. Place a little bit. Look at that big core. Been stuff made off that. There's just one in every screen. And see, there's another broken open river cobble, and I saw some flakes flash. And at one point in that spot, you see what I'm doing here. This is me getting the scoop. The shovel's going that far underwater to reach this layer I probed out, and it feels loaded. I haven't done a screen yet, but from what I found on the shore, I can feel the big pieces of fire rock. I should find something right here, and I can tell before I even get the screen sifted down. I'll give it like 10 screens, and I bet you I have something. I bet you. Screens, that's cracked up fire rock. Right there's a flake sticking out. Oh yeah. Well, baby, I told you. Oh, look at that color. I'll get it up on shore. Probably hear all the waves behind me. I'm a good hour in. That first spot I would have found something, but it might have took 5 hours. Hear the waves, man. Barge traffic and bass boats going by. But now I'm in a spot, it feels loaded. It's just in deep water. I'm having trouble reaching it, but I'm getting screens. Let's pull this bad boy. It looks beautiful color. It's a beautiful little point. Look at that inclusion. Oh, look at the other side. That's a stunner. Well, this point has beautiful color, that inclusion, and that's an Amos. It's just a small one. It's right in with all them other ones. Look at that inclusion. That's a nice little point. Nothing off the base. A lot of them have that off kilter base. It's been sharpened down and look up around the tip. It's crystal. I'll show you to a light source. That's awesome. You can see that's a nice little dart. See, there's that little point. Now see, look at the tip. That's pretty nice. Has like a crystal kind of inclusion tip there. That looks cool. It's a little Amos. Well, with the point now this is right where I found the 2 awesome black end scrapers in my last upload. And look here, I'm over water, sorry. It's kind of rough. I gotta hold this between my legs. But look at this one, same material. All right. Well, there's that end scraper. Right in there where I found them black ones in my last video. I'll show them to you now. Look at the nice tool lip on that. See. And see, there's the other 2. I'll flip them over too. I found in there in the last video, now this one. See there, the tool lips on them. These are nice to find all together. Well, by them black end scrapers, I also found this black serrated Arrowheads a few videos ago. How about that? And I also found this curved black knife that's just stunning in there as well in a recent video. Well, it's hard to see this stuff. I sifted this down for a while and didn't see neither of these till I started taking out stuff. Right there's a faceted piece of hematite, and right there's a blade. I'll get them and I'll show them to you. I'm over water. See, little like preformed blade, and that is super. Look at that piece. Wow. See, there's that, and see it's been started to being worked, and it's probably a knife, this one that's kind of used. Not much to look at, but I find a lot of that kind of stuff. Well, look at that facet. The whole piece of hematite's rubbed in half, and see, it's rubbed in half from the other side too. See, that's starting to get into the cortex there, but see the nice facet, and that nice, wow, huh? Check it out. That's a nice piece. It's real heavy. There's artifacts in every screen. See right there at the tip of my finger. Another piece of pottery. Right there's a flake. Just stuff in every screen. It takes a while to load them up. You see, there's that piece of pottery. And see, it has some kind of designs on it. Found other pieces in there. It's probably all the same pot. Not much to look at, but I've been finding a bunch of it on that shoreline. Just shards like this. Well, I've been here for hours, but you see that? All right, that's a beauty. Look at that. See, with that hanging barb, that's a beautiful point. Worth the trip. Well, this is pretty nice, huh? Can't beat that. kind of looks like a Buck Creek point right there, but it's an Amos. See that barb's kind of sharpened off and that one's hanging. There's always one shorter one and one longer one usually. You can see the chipping there. That'll lighten up. It's a tan Chert. It's been heavily stained. Well, you got to sift these screens down to the end. See, there's a tiny flake there, and look, this just kind of looked like a flake, but right there is another little shouldered end scraper. A beauty. Right there. See, here's that little, look, laying in the screen, just look like a flake. You got to pick up everything. See the little points, the little shoulders? It's just a weed, see it? It's like it snapped back into like some kind of handle, and them shoulders helped it stay in there. And right there's the tool lip. Another nice one, tiny one. Well, it must be tool day again. This is just how I saw this when I pulled it up. Look at this end scraper. It's dual tipped, and it's even notched. Look at it. Wow. There's the cortex. Look at that. That's awesome. Yep, there's that end scraper. Look at the beautiful material, and look at the notches on this one too. Right there's the tool lip on that end. Right there's river cobble cortex made right on the end capper of the river cobble, like it's popped up. And see, that's got some work on it too. That's a cool one. See that they're popping them right off. That's pretty cool. The material's sick. See, there's a tip probably off like a preform, say, like a blade looking thing. Well, another extremely successful trip. The sifter is the key. And using the probe, I probed some of them pocket tops 2 weeks ago, and I'm just now getting to some of these ones today. I had them marked. It's been a good summer. Thank goodness. See ya. Look here, folks. It's the singing squirrel. You gonna do some talking? There he goes. You squeaking? Huh? He's wanting pets. Well, another successful day. Lots of sifting, lots of funds. And that's the way it'll be. We'll let my little buddy run here, and I'll see you all on the next one. I gotta go in and feed Todd Zella. I'll get him in the next video. People's been asking about him. I have 4 cats in there and dog Bubby. I'll see you.